And hello Shock fans, here we are at the end of the year, and today we'll be looking at the top 16 figures that I got in 2016. The only rules to this series is basically I'm not including any of my Bionicle because I modified all of them. They didn't come, they're all basically marked in some way if it's just to add a bicep swivel. So I don't really consider them as they were in the package. So this will be based off any other action figures I got this year. So sit back and enjoy, guys. And coming in at number 16 is the Killer Instinct Fulgor action figure. Now normally the price on this, I wouldn't consider this a good price simply because this does not have good articulation. And I actually had to get mine a twist tie to keep mine secured. The reason this makes the list is because since I was a child, Fulgor has always been one of my favorite video game characters. Killer Instinct was my first fighter game on the Super Nintendo. So, I mean, just to finally have some form of him in plastic. It's very well sculpted, a very nice display piece. If he had articulation, there's no doubt in my mind he would have made top 5. But his articulation is basically meant for this one pose. It's essentially like the Turtles action figures. It's not really meant for super dynamic posing. It's meant for this pose, and that's it. But I love Fulgor, and that's why he takes the 16th spot. And I do hope eventually at some point we get Killer Instinct figures that have Marvel Legends style posability. If that ever happens, I'll probably buy every one of them. So, now we'll be moving on to number 15. And at number 15, we have a very recent figure I got, one I got for Christmas. Darth Revan, Black Series. I think this is a really cool figure. Really nice sculpt. And I'll get into the actual review of him. I don't want to give him a proper review here. And I think the soft goods are great. My only main issue with this guy is the scale. I love 6-inch scale figures and stuff, but he's slightly shorter than a Marvel Legends figure. Like Silk, I just recently got Silk, and she's just a hair taller than him. That only irritates me when displaying him with other characters. He's a great standalone figure and the only Black Series figure I've got. I do like him. I love the lightsabers. I love the color scheme. I love the paint. I know he's going to be rare, or I'm assuming he is. He was the fans voted character. And I like Darth Revan, and I'm really surprised and very happy that he got a figure in the 6-inch line. And this has really got me interested in the Black Series and might have me pick up more down the road. So, yeah, this guy is definitely going to get the 15th slot on here just because there's a lot of great figures and personal nostalgic figures on this list. Let's check out number 14, you guys. Number 14, Titans Return, Chrome Dome. Now, you guys know I'm a sucker for a car former, even though I'm a die-hard Decepticon fan. But of the 3 Autobot Headmasters I've got, and the 3 Decepticon Headmasters I've got, Chrome Dome is just by far my favorite. The posability, the paint, the head sculpt, not much kibble on him. I'm hoping this mold gets a Decepticon reuse. Not a lot hanging off him, just this back here. No really hollow bits on him. Another really good plus for him. Very happy with him. Very happy with his look. And, yeah. He's probably my favorite deluxe Transformer I got this year. So, let's move on to number... I have to check my list for this because I am so not organized. Number 13. Number 13 is the combiner I wanted the most from Combiner Wars. And the last one I completed at the very beginning of this year, actually. I love Bruticus. I think this figure is great. All the standalone figures are pretty great. Brawl does have his flaws, and him being Blastoff being a jet doesn't really bother me. If I had to pick a standalone figure from this, it would be Vortex by far. I think the head sculpt is great on this guy. I think the colors are pretty great. I just think, he's big, he's bulky. I think I reviewed this guy already. Pretty sure I have. He's what you want from Combiner, and he makes me happy. He might have some slight issues, but Bruticus is my favorite Combiner. I was really happy to finally get him. Was worried since he was near the end, my stores wouldn't stock him. But I did manage to get my hands on everybody and make the guy. And I think he's definitely my favorite combiner from Combiner Wars. Even more so than Devastator, just because I had to hunt the parts down for this guy, just like with Minosaur. And yeah, I love it. I love this figure. I can't say that how much I love it. I might even pick up third-party upgrade kits for this one eventually. I don't know. But he definitely earns his spot at number 13. And now we'll be moving on to number 12. Number 12. One of my favorite things that happened this year. Posable Pokemon figures. And Greninja is definitely one of the best they've made. Very well sculpted, as I said in my review of him. I'm not sure if I've put that review up yet, but I have reviewed him, so that will be coming. But I'm pretty sure I did post that review, so scratch all that. Just anyway, great articulation, great posability, great colors. He was my main in Smash before Mewtwo returned as DLC. I just love the character. Really hope he makes it to the next Smash, all that. I mean, I'm just really glad they made posable Pokemon figures. This was one of the things I really wanted to happen. And it finally happened along with a Pokemon Fighter game. And it took my childhood. I never got it in my childhood, but I got it now. And hey, better late than never. So yeah, Greninja definitely takes his spot here. He would be higher if it just wasn't for the fact that so many great things are coming out. And have come out, I mean, this year. And next we'll be looking at, and again, I'm looking at my phone just because I made a list for this. Number 11 will be what we're looking at next. At number 11 is a figure I wasn't expecting I was going to get, because just due to I didn't want to pay the full price, as I said in his review, and that's Combiner Wars Leader Class Starscream. Scoring this guy for the price of a Voyager was very, very awesome. He fills a gap in my collection of Leader Class G1 Decepticons, now only needing Shockwave. I think he's great for what he is. I did, as I said in my review, do the mod back here to remove the backpack, or the nose kibble. I wish this was here. I'm always going to say that, and eventually I will modify it to do that, where you can't see those. But yeah, Starscream's a great figure for that price. Like I've said before, I probably won't be hunting down the Seekers, but I love Starscream. G1 Starscream is probably one of my favorite versions of Starscream. The crown accessory, the null rays, it really suits Starscream. This just is Starscream to me. It might not be a perfect G1 rendition like the Masterpiece, but it makes me happy, and I'm very happy to get another big Decepticon for my collection. He's very nice, and very good, very posable, as I've said, but there's still 10 more figures to go, and number 10 is a very special figure. Here we are, the top 10. And when number 10, when they said Sentinel Prime was getting a figure that was a jet and a train, or a rocket and a train, I almost crapped my pants at the thought of finally getting a Voyager Astro train. And my God, this thing's awesome. I had to go through a lot of trouble to get this guy at my local store because it was there, then it wasn't there, and basically my best friend helped me get it. Thanks, bro. Astro Train's probably my favorite Voyager I got this year. He just looks really nice. He's very G1 accurate. Just everything about him is nice. The colors are good. The weapons and that little gun's nice. He just makes me think of he's very G1. And I love this figure. And I'm happy to finally have this guy in hand. I know a lot of people would wish we had the Ultra Class still around to make an even bigger one. And I think, as I've said before, I miss Ultra Class more than I miss any size class of Transformers. $30 price point was always going to be my favorite. But this is a nice Astro Train, and he's definitely worth the time, and I'm so glad I scored this thing. I was thinking he'd be a lot harder to get than he actually was, but I got my hands on one, and I'm very happy. So let's move on to number 9. At number 9, we'll be looking at something I never thought I would have as a kid because, well, NECA wasn't making dreams come true then. The NECA Bat Gremlin. I love this thing. He's freaking awesome. He's just, God, I love this figure. He's so well painted. NECA is probably my favorite toy company at this point. I've just bought so much of their movie stuff. And He's just big, and the wings are awesome. He's impressive. He's fun to look at. His posability is good. You know, I have him on this basic pose on my shelf, but he looks so good. He looks just so nice. And he was so worth, you know, I don't know if he's still easy to find, but he was so worth the price. He was so just awesome, and I love this figure. And I'm so happy to have it. And that's why he makes the top 10, because this was one I had wanted my entire childhood. And at number 8, we'll be taking another look at an awesome NECA figure. Scratch what I said at number 9 about an awesome NECA figure. That comes later. I misread the list. At number 8, we have Play Arts Guide Dark Side. Now, I never thought I'd own a super expensive figure like this, but my GameStop had him on sale, and he is very awesome, very big, very hefty. I love the paint, the sculpt. I could see why people get into collecting Play Arts Kai figures. I mean, I'd love to have that Predator they did. But we're looking at something very awesome here, something a poor peasant like me shouldn't be able to afford. And it's awesome to actually have this guy. He looks amazing. The detail and the jewels on him, the gloves, everything. My only main gripe was I didn't think the alternate head looked that good, because the lasers just look like the same head but with lasers. But I still think this is an awesome, awesome figure, and I'm so glad to have him. He's just wonderful. And at number 7, or wait, at number 7, we'll be looking at that awesome NECA figure I mentioned. And at number 7, we've got the Gamestyle NECA Mohawk. And Mohawk's my favorite Gremlins character. And I haven't seen any signs that they're releasing the regular colors of this. So it's very nice to actually get this guy in some form. And I like this color. It works for him. It's cool. It's his classic colors. Wonderful articulation. Like I've said, NECA is just my favorite toy company, because they've made stuff I grew up with and wanted as action figures. And now that we have them, I'm just very happy that with all the stuff I've bought with them. This guy's just really cool, really awesome. He was one of my birthday presents, and I just love him. He's just wonderful. And again, I still have to reference my list to know what number we're going to next, because I forget that fast. I believe we're going to number 7. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. So, yes, this guy is very awesome. And at number 6, yes, I'm correcting myself because I got it wrong in the last one. At number 6, Marvis Let Carnage, my favorite Marvis Let figure I got this year. He's freaking awesome. He's red and black, and you can't go wrong with red and black. A lot of good accessories, extremely good articulation, the tendrils, the paint. Just this guy's awesome. I'm so glad they reissued him where I could get him. Just a wonderful figure. Like, I could talk about this thing for a very long time. He's just very, very good, and I'm very, very happy with this very, very cool figure. He's probably, in my opinion, he's the best Marvel Select. I love him. Everyone I've seen reviews, though, this one takes the cake. I love it. I love the way he looks. He captures the character perfectly. I'm glad I got a chance to own this guy. He's just wonderful. He's a big, huge, posable Carnage with sharp blade pieces, unique sculpt, cool accessories, cool extra head sculpts. He's just awesome, and I can't speak enough on this figure. And next we'll be looking at the top 5. And yes, if it wasn't for nostalgia, there's no doubt this guy would be much, much higher. Coming in at number 5 is probably my favorite Transformer I got this year. Titans Return, Leader Class Soundwave. Soundwave is one of my all-time favorite Transformers, especially G1. Prime coming in very close to him. Prime Soundwave, I mean. But this is just awesome, and he'll be getting his own review eventually. He's big, he's blocky, he's really posable. He's nice. There's not really any hollow bits other than inside the legs, but it's hidden very well. Ingenious things. He has the cassette gimmick. I don't have any of the cassettes for him, just his little accessory he came with. Another thing I love is like how his ankle tilt, they have it to extend, like with, the Blaster mode did that as well. And the way the head works, I just love this figure. I love it so much. Like, words can't even describe how happy I am to finally have this one in hand. As with Astro Train, when I seen Leader Class Blaster, I was like, when is this becoming Soundwave? And when can I get it? Because I want it. On my face. All of it. And now, the nostalgia is about to get really heavy at number 4. At number 4, we have a figure many of you guys thought would have probably taken number 1. The posable Mewtwo figure that I got this year. Now this is where it really hits heavy, because this thing, a posable Mewtwo, has been something I've wanted since my childhood. He's always been my favorite Pokemon. He's my main in Smash. You know, I love Mewtwo. I'm a huge fanboy for Mewtwo. I'll tell you, he could kick anybody's ass. I don't really care who it is. If you put him in death battle, I'm going to say he's going to win. Don't give a damn if it's Superman versus Mewtwo. I'm going to pick Mewtwo because I love the character and I love this figure. It's perfect. I'm very happy with it. I'm surprised I haven't bought 50 of them. I love it. It's wonderful. It's something I've always wanted. A big posable Mewtwo with a big giant tail to pose. Beautiful head sculpt. Just, God, this figure. It's hard to believe that there are actually, how many on my list now? That there's actually 3 figures in front of him. And it's only because I'm not biased enough to pick between my figures based on the character I like. And the other characters I'm just as nostalgic about. So let's get to number 3. Number 3 kicks off a big top 3 of nothing but NECA. I'll go ahead and say it. The Gorilla Alien, based on the old Kenner one that I have. I will be reviewing this guy. This guy is very big, very bulky. I love the blue on him. I love the freaking gorilla skull underneath. I've had hours of fun just cramming the blue face hugger on other characters' faces. Sadly, my Mantis Alien and my Spike-tail Predator didn't come in time, or they would have probably made this list. And they will be making next year's list, because that's when I'm due to get them. I love this thing. I'm so glad it happened. And now that this opens the door for freaking Bull Alien, Snake Alien, Cougar Alien, all those aliens, I am so looking forward to the beautiful work NECA will be doing with this line, with these big-ass action figures. I mean, you think about it, Hasbro charges like $18 for these, and they charge, I don't know how NECA does it. I don't know how they charge the low prices they do and make such big, nice figures. And he also comes with a clear dome that it's on the shelf. I'll get to that in his review. But these are really nice. This face hugger's nice. This is nice. It's just awesome. And it's hard to believe there's actually, it just gets so good in the top 3. So let's take a look at number 2, you guys. Number 2, and I don't have all those accessories down here with me. They're on the display. But Ultimate Scarface Predator. I display mine just like this, with just the blades and the masked face. He comes with the unmasked head and all that stuff I'll be getting into in his own review. This thing's awesome with his Viking-y looking armor. I love his helmet. I just love this figure. I love the Predator. They're like my favorite horror movie, sci-fi movie, whatever you want to call it. They're like one of my favorite characters of all time. I just love the whole idea of an honorable alien race as hunters with a code of honor that hunt for sport and freaking. I'm looking very much forward to the fact that I have Jungle Hunter Predator Ultimate and Ultimate City Hunter Predator. Hopefully we get a Berserker Predator, Wolf Predator. Hopefully they just keep doing Ultimate Predators. I love this thing. This, I compared him to a Marvel Legend, and they're around the same price, and I do not understand how Hasbro can charge what they charge for Marvel Legends, and NECA can give us this masterpiece. So, yes, if I'm spazzing out about this, let's check out number 1 and see how much shit I get in my pants. Number 1 mixes a huge, huge mix of nostalgia and love for a character. A figure that they had actually emailed me and said, oh, we might not be able to get this to you. And actually legit had me worried that I wasn't going to get one. And I'm so happy to be holding it in my hand. And that is Clan Leader Predator. I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing. It's one of my favorite figures I own now. He does come with the staff, the tendrils, the little pieces in his, I put in his wrist gauntlets to make it look like, they're not hollow. He comes with the gun, and he comes with his mask, which, I mean, this head sculpt is just so good. I'm not going to display him with the mask, and I'm just trying to slip it on there really lightly. But, I mean, it looks good and all, and it's really nice. But he will always be displayed like this. I'm looking forward to getting the throne. The head sculpt is absolutely beautiful. The white dreads, the tendrils, I love it. There's no doubt that this is why this is number one. I'm a huge nostalgic fan for 90s toys, and stuff like just the weird toy lines like the Kenner Aliens, the Kenner Predators, the Chaos Effect Jurassic Park figures I love so much. I'm just so happy that this got made and that this happened, and I finally got it because I was wondering if they would ever do this. I'm looking forward to getting Spike-Tail Predator that's coming in the mail to go along with him. I'm looking forward to having him kick Gorilla and Mantis aliens' asses. Just, I love this thing. I love the concept of him. I love how powerful they make him. I love his staff weapon. I love this thing, guys. This is why this is number one. Like, the minute I had him in my hands, the minute I seen the photos, I knew this was going to take my number one spot on my list this year, and I'm looking forward to all the Predators that they're coming out with next year. I'm looking forward to the one I got coming in the mail. I love Predator. It's one of my favorite all-time movies, and I'm just so happy. So happy NECA made these. I'm so happy NECA has, can make Predators and give us such good articulated Predators. And God, I love this. Happy New Year, guys. This is freaking awesome. This is just amazing. It's been a great year for action figures, and I'm looking forward to 2017. So until then, Happy New Year, guys, and I'll see you guys in 2017. Now, here's a look at some honorable mentions of figures I got this year that didn't quite make the list. Marvel Legends Spider-Gwen. Really awesome figure. Love her. NECA Mohawk. Pretty freaking cool, guys. Really nice figure. I love him. Just, he didn't make the top 10. Or the list, the list. Another really awesome figure. And had he not been so similar, somewhat similar to Carnage, I only wanted to include one symbiote. Venom would have definitely made that list. Because he's freaking cool. Just not as cool as Carnage. You can probably see my hand when I'm holding. Another Marvel Select, actually. I want to make sure I didn't put this one on the list. Ultron, Marvel Select. Ultron's one of my favorite Marvel villains, and he's a very nice figure. I wish he could have made the list. There was just so much stuff on there that I really enjoyed. And like I said, this was a great year for figures. I mean, I really had a hard time choosing. Another figure I recently got, Marvel Legends Silk. Really like her. She's really nice, really cool. I'm enjoying posing her, like fighting all my Predators and stuff. She's actually just really nice. Again, Marvel Legends, like I've said, I love them. But, I mean, it still wasn't going to make the top 10 list. Or the top, I know I keep saying the top 10, but the list. The top 16. And another figure I've been having an absolute blast with is Guardians of Harmony. Pinkie Pie. Like I said, I've said this before, I don't really normally collect ponies, but this was like $5 with free shipping. I had to have it. I just had to have this on my shelf with my figures. It's just really cool. And just consider this an add-on to the list after, because I kind of concluded it with number one, but, just consider this a nice little add-on to show you guys some stuff that I picked up this year. And until next time, this has been your beloved Soldier of the Inverted Cross, Rip the Full-Blown Freak Show. Happy New Year's. I'm signing off. Farewell.